Hey guys, you must have read the title of this video, so let's get grooving. But wait, I might be getting ahead of myself. Surely you want to know why I'm asking you to cut Footloose. Well, let me explain. Regardless of our age, no one can help but sway to their favorite jam, and why wouldn't we, when the act of dancing floods our brains with the happy dose? No, I don't mean a dose of a bitter medicine. DOSE, which stands for dopamine, also called the feel-good hormone, oxytocin, which is the hormone related to positive emotions, serotonin, hormone that helps balance mood, and endorphins, the natural painkillers of our body. These are actually called the happy hormones. I mean, who would say no to that? But the benefits of dancing are not limited to these. Research has shown that dancing helps to increase the body's bone mineral content and muscle strength in older individuals, also minimizing their risk of falling and cardiovascular diseases. There is also evidence that dancing might help Parkinson's patients with their functional mobility and depressive symptoms. Aging comes with its fair share of problems. It is often linked to reduction in general physical fitness and decline in perception, motor, and cognitive skills. Several studies have backed up the idea that physical activity helps relieve many of these cognitive issues. Research done by Kattenstrath, Kolinkowska, Kalish, and Dins suggests that dance involves not only the crucial aspects of physical exercise, rhythmic motor coordination, balance, and memory, but also feeling of love, affection, social connection, and musical experience, making it an analog of enhanced environmental conditions in humans. They studied the effects of long-term and consistent ballroom dancing on a group of senior participants who were amateur dancers in comparison to non-dancing control groups. The assessment was expanded to include measurements of cognitive, attentional, intellectual, perceptual, and sensory motor performance in addition to posture and balance parameters in order to cover fundamental indicators of sensory and motor function as well as more challenging tasks requiring higher level of cognition. The specially designed ECQ covered areas of daily life such as independence in daily activities and mobility, social interaction, general health status, and life satisfaction. In the instrumental activities of daily living or IADL, the number of points earned by a subject was divided by the maximum scores permitted for each item, and the results were then normalized to a scale from 0 to 1. The Raven Standard Progressive Matrices (RSPM) test, with a 30-minute time constraint, was used to assess the general intelligence of the participants. RSPM is a non-language, non-reading based measure of intelligence. The Non-Verbal Geriatric Concentration Test (AKT) was used to evaluate selective attention and concentration. For the multiple choice RT assessment, a finger selection visuotactile task was used. The subject sat 3 meters in front of the monitor. On the monitor, each hand's image was displayed, and a visual marker chose one finger out of 10 on a hand-shaped keyboard with 10 buttons. Participants had to push the key that corresponded to the selected finger as quickly as they could. In a random order, 40 tests were performed on each finger. Three tests were performed to gauge the subject's control over their posture, ability to maintain balance, and gait security. The Romberg test is a typical neurological exam addressing joint position sense, The subjects were instructed to take an upright stance with their feet together. It was observed how the subject's body moved in respect to a perpendicular object in the background. To prevent the subject from falling, a second experimenter was positioned nearby. The amount of time before a person begins to lose balance was recorded. In the timed up and go test, participants were required to stand up from a seated position, walk 3 meters, and then get back to their chairs and sit down. The time taken to complete the task was recorded. In the standing turn test, a subject was instructed to turn 360 degrees while standing. The duration and number of steps were recorded. The steadiness, aiming, pin plugging, and tapping tests were used to examine the speed, accuracy, and maintenance of upper limb posture during the execution of fine motor movements of the left and right arm, hand, and fingers. Touch threshold was measured by using worn-free filaments to probe the fingertips. 3 times through the process, 6 data were obtained, which were then averaged to get the absolute touch threshold. The AD group showed much better performance in almost all the tests that were conducted. Touch threshold did not differ between the two groups. It is evidently true that elderly people with more dancing experience fared better than their inactive counterparts in essentially every one of the criteria that we discussed. The need of dancing can be connected to better balance and posture, which is partially also true for better hand-arm function. In a group of older dancers who were physically active, a study examined the positive effects of regular dancing practice on C-terminal agrin fragment concentration, a marker of neuromuscular junction instability, muscle mass, strength, and physical performance. It showed that regular dancing in old age combined with light aerobic physical activity is linked to a decrease in CAF concentration and an improvement in gait and balance. Numerous studies have revealed that regular dancers have considerably better overall physical, mental, and emotional health than non-dancers and people who are not as active. There is never a bad time to start exercising, and there is no exercise more enjoyable than dancing, until your heart's content. With a wide array of dance forms to choose from, let your heart run wild. You can even join a dance group. Participating in an activity with your peers makes it even more pleasurable. Also, a strong sense of community can do wonders for your mental health. Begin your path to healthy lifestyle with dance and a balanced diet and get one step closer to successful aging. And now that I'm done explaining, let's get in the groove and cut foot loose.